Good question.
A very sorrowful man.
A very strong man.
He can do anything, but because he chooses not to, I think he's a very strong man. I mean, the fact that he could do so many things but chose not to do them was very precious to me in elementary school.
Portraying this character is both enjoyable and a bit more challenging compared to the characters I've played before. Because Yılda's story is a completely different story. She is actually a young woman who, from a very young age, even as a baby, has carried the entire burden of the order there on her shoulders. So when we watch it now, we won't see Yılda's rebellion, but rather the story of her standing up to her own fate and rebuilding herself.
He was one of the most unique characters I've encountered in a long time. I was really excited because his intuition and his sense of premonition thrilled me. In this sense, to be honest, I also found him somewhat similar to myself.
I think she should keep going on her path. I mean, a girl who has held on to her dreams so tightly and managed to stay standing because of them should never give up on her dreams. In real life, since I'm good friends with all the real actors, it's hard to choose, but I can say Nida. Our teacher is very fun. First of all, I want to mention him separately. It is very pleasant to work with him. Apart from that, Mert and I laugh a lot. And the real human being is the oppressed brother, Net. Food in Urfa is sweet. Everything is beautiful. Thank God the weather is warm, and on the other hand, we are getting rid of their edema. But what was his name? Lebeni. I guess yes, it's really beautiful. If the gold were real, I think Yıldız would have run away right after the wedding anyway.
From the very moment I arrived, I keep saying, please, let's not leave this place alone. The people here are so wonderful and so warm-hearted, and the land itself is so beautiful. People who have roots here are truly lucky. That's why, in my opinion, there shouldn't even be a need for a call or any special reason to come back here. Am I not allowed to give spoilers? Am I not allowed to talk about it? No, we'll get in trouble. All right, we'll get in trouble. Something like, okay. Every scene of the second episode, every scene, and every single scene of the entire third episode, but honestly, I must say, I mean, as for what I've shot, the finale of the first episode, but the finale of the second episode is the one I'm most eagerly looking forward to shooting. I'll say one of them, Doctor. As for the other two, come on, let our viewers write down below. Let's see a couple of them, their thoughts about Serhat. Now that they've seen what they have so far, or since our audience is now a bit familiar with our story, let's see what kind of Serhat do they have in mind. I'm curious about that too. Shall we do something like that? Let them write it below. I'll do my doctorate and then step aside. I mean, boss, it's really strange. Of course, it's something I'm not used to at all, but I've gotten used to it. I mean, I've gotten used to it, at least when it comes to the voice, you know. We've gotten used to it. We'll keep getting used to it little by little. Everything is wonderful. Everything is just, the cast is wonderful. Our crew, our director's table, our director, our production team, our channel, all of you, our social media team. This is Urfa. Of course, right now I can't see the audience, but everyone back there is so wonderful. Being surrounded by so much beauty, it's just pure joy. There's really no choice but to feel good with all this joy. Enjoy the show.
Every character is compelled to change and transform. Of course, the angel comes here to change and transform. There's a saying like this: a story begins either when someone arrives in a new city or sets out on a journey. Shock, shock, shock. I don't know either. Even if I did know, I wouldn't share it anyway. At first, I felt the heat and the pain. Then, I felt sincerity and hospitality.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Can you describe the series in 3 words? Halil is standing here. Yıldız, Melek and Serhat. Shall we come? In 3 words.
I was gonna say that.
I want to say this. Water. Insight.
And just yellow.
No, I was gonna say something else. Passion. But like the passion to fight. Each character fights for their own passion. What are the 3 things you like most about your character? I love that they're crazy. At any moment, anywhere, they can do anything and they move forward in an extremely strategic way. Nice. They get what they want. Can we say they're a smart character? We can say they're very smart.
I think so too. I think so too. First of all, thank you very much for this question.
Oops.
Serhat is first determined and a leader.
That's right.
Leader.
Phew.
Oh, how truly merciful.
Oh, true?
It happened. It happened. It happened.
Angel. Angel is a very beautiful...
Could you please describe your character in just 3 distinct words?
Yes, sixth sense. When I say sixth sense, I include intuition and premonition in it.
Very nice.
I want to. Are you in? Combative and light. If I elaborate on light, I mean the spirit, mind, and body are as light as a feather, like a clover floating. The first 3 things that come to your mind when you think of Urfa. Food. Food, food, food. Halil is our business, and I am genuinely curious about Urfa and its history.
Can I add history? Well, of course, I have to say Göbekli Tepe.
There's Haliç, there's Artuk. I miss every part of it. With this, our places will actually become even more limited.
There's Karahan Tepe.
Exactly. In fact, being in Urfa is almost like shooting a small city introduction for Urfa. By the way, this is my first time going.
Me too.
I'm most excited and happy.
Yes, it's my first time.
It's going to be wonderful. Strangely, I say water, I say civilization. Because water, well, Professor, since you are an expert, you would know this better. You know, it's always like that, those things. Great civilizations are always established around water, right? That's why I want to say water in Urfa.
History, that color, like a bit of ochre tones, orange tones, and also local authenticity. Clothing. That works, right?
I'm curious about the texture.
Bravo. Texture. Yes.
What does the Halef difference mean to you? Or do you agree with these comments? What would you like to say?
I'd like to say something based on my own story and the character Melik. I'm not just comparing it to other series. At the same time, when I compare it to the projects I've acted in, chosen, and been a part of course, when I put them all together, it's really very different from the others. And yet, in a way, it's also very much the same. I think she resembles me a lot. But the reason she's different is her intuition, foresight, her highly developed inner world, and her very strong sixth sense. That's why, for me, this isn't just an ordinary job. The girl isn't an ordinary girl.
Okay, I'll continue with Ilhan. What do you think?
Unlike the others, the region already has its own dynamic. This is reflected in the script. So, in a way, we're actually telling something about the land, about our own land. But to make this different, actually, I'm one of those guys who really loves cliches. I mean, when you look at it, for centuries, we've had things like Romeo and Juliet. That's right, a person. So we keep telling those stories over and over, but what creates originality is how we tell the cliche, right? Yes, our director here, our team here, our director of photography, our lighting chief, our sound team, thanks to all of them, yes, viewers can really distinguish us from the others. At least since you mentioned it, I can say something close to what you said.
It's moving along pretty quickly. The most important secrets are being revealed one by one. I mean, we're not really used to this. From that perspective, when you look at it from the script's point of view, did you also form that kind of relationship? You know, back there in Aleppo, I had a mother. We were rehearsing there, and we were just sort of instinctively doing it. When I did it, that day suddenly came to my mind. The guy leaves from here, and I look at it as if he's gone for good. Then this time he shakes hands in front of my older brother. We leave from there, then with his boarding house and all, we end up here. Again, under the threat of guns. And I said in one episode, while people usually shoot a scene with just a single event, here we talked about so many events in just one episode. We move forward by collecting keys from many different characters. That's why even when we're watching it, even we sense it. And I had said that while watching, like, I'm about to go get my food, I'm working on the doors. I can't get out. You can't get out.
Nice.
I think this rhythm, no matter what, doesn't get boring and actually draws people in to keep watching. Yes, because you can't break away.
How does being here affect you in terms of acting?
The people here welcomed us so warmly that, honestly, they've also influenced us when it comes to the accent. Of course, we have a dialect coach whose contribution is huge, and I want to thank them. But also, as we spent more time with the people here, I found myself constantly observing them, always eager to watch how they are.
You're always listening.
What are they doing? How are they doing it? How do they move? How are the women? How do they speak? How do they express their emotions? In fact, I talked about the same thing today on the way while we were shooting the first scene. I mean, if I am able to do something like this right now, I truly believe it's because I've spent time here, and also because those people accepted us and created a space for us, which allowed me to do it this way. Additionally, I realized something else here. Compared to living in Istanbul or more central places, they place a lot of importance on spirituality here. The way they remind us of the spiritual values we've forgotten is reflected in my acting in this way. No matter how much I, let's say, clash with Melik there, even if I don't want it in terms of the role, there's still an inner connection with her.
And just looking over there, that topic comes up. You went up and down those stairs once. That's one of the difficult parts. It's not like we've come here from somewhere else as outsiders.
We'll talk about it in a bit. Melek plays a woman who comes from the city, an urban woman. But her ability to adapt here, maybe that transformation is also about being in Urfa.
But even though Melek may be coming from far away, it's as if she's always been here. That's why Melek isn't from Istanbul or anywhere else. Melek was born in Urfa. She even felt Urfa, saw it in her dreams.
She found her love here. That would have been a spoiler, but it's not like that. Iskender's fish story here is also connected to this place. So it's not a case of being a bride from Istanbul, but rather it's about the answer to the search for where my roots, like the fish, truly belong.
Are you okay? Are you comfortable?
Everything is fine? If we have a complaint, we'll let you know. We'll tell you when the time comes. We're good, really. I'm happy. I'm very happy that our work has resonated with the audience. I have such wonderful teammates. I mean, really, it's just the three people you see here. It's as if everyone was carefully chosen, you know. Yes, a bond was formed effortlessly. And this is very precious because, as you said, in a place where there is no second chance, but we all become something to each other.
Yes.
This is something very valuable and, in my opinion, something quite rare. That's why, from this perspective, I am very...
Yes, for a while now, you belong here. So what do you do on your days off? Where have you been so far?
We sleep. The moment we arrive, we just go out, yes. Yes. Yes, Türk Gayçika, because most likely that's the time we'll be off the air.
Urfa never ends, no matter how you explore.
There are so many excavation sites.
The museum is huge and very beautiful. Even if I spend 2 days, I can't finish it.
We hang out here and drink here.
We hang out here and work here. Tell me about Sura night. That too is, right?
I'm just listening to this conversation.
Exactly. Usually, they lock themselves in their rooms, but are these two like that?
This is a real twist, though.
Very good. Let the ladies be comfortable, so they can enjoy their sightseeing. Yes, I'm the one keeping watch for them at the hotel.
That's good. Let it be announced from here. Women go to the Sıra Geçesi event. The man stays at home. Thank you for being with me and for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.